What year, y'all? Well, we're almost done with our Breeders' Cup posts, and this is this penultimate one, and it's the Dirt Mile, a Grade 1, 11th race on the card, running a mile, of course, on the dirt for 3-year-olds and up. And this may be in some respects, I think this might be the easiest card on the day. I'm not 100%, but it looks pretty clear to me. Uh, Bob Baffert having three horses in this race really is going to dictate things, and it's going to really allow him to control this race, in my opinion. Full Serrano, the defending champion, hasn't done anything wrong and certainly looks ready to roll in this race, but he's got two horses who will be keen to not let him get the lead: Citizen Bull and Goal Oriented. Uh, Looking at Citizen Bull, I can't see him in this race. I know he's got J.J. Hernandez on him and everything else, but this horse, clearly cutting back to a mile is beneficial. There's no doubt about that. And, we know he likes the track. He won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, but as I've noted before, that race has turned out to be pretty lousy. Nobody's really come and done anything from it. Um, he needs the lead. He clearly can't do anything without the lead. Um, and I just don't think he's very good. That's really what it comes down to, not in comparison to the other horses in this race. I think he's here merely to soften up Full Serrano. I really do. And so I'm going to let Citizen Bull go. I almost let Goal Oriented go as well. He is going to be prominent. Uh, if not trying to get the lead from the 2 hole, he's going to be right up there. But the thing with Goal Oriented, he's been a nice horse. He was brought along very quickly, and he shows a lot of fight, which you have to like, but he doesn't finish. And that to me is really the big issue more than anything else. Can he get into the money, finish in the exotic? Sure, he can. I think he can finish second. It would be a little bit of a stretch, but I think he can definitely get third. So he's a horse you use underneath for the exotics, like many in here. Nysos is the pick to win, and I don't think that's much of a surprise. This is a horse who, the only thing I would say is he's never run out of California, so he is facing some horses he hasn't faced before, but he clearly has a lot of talent, and the mile distance should be just perfect for him. He's had some issues now and again, but there's no denying the talent here, and the fact that he's going to have some help, Goal Oriented and Citizen Bull, softening up Full Serrano, who will likely try to be on the lead, I think works totally in his favor. He should be sitting off that group, and when the time comes, he'll make his move. And I think Nysos is almost a free square in this race. Now, we'll talk about some of the others. Mystic Dan is, nice to see this horse coming back into good form. His last race was impressive. We have noted earlier that he's not an elite horse, I don't think. I think he's more of a grade 2 type of horse. When he is run against the best, he hasn't really measured up to Stephen Foster. I mean, I think he ran about as well as he possibly could, and he couldn't get the job done, and he had everything his way. Uh, he's a nice horse. The biggest problem I have with Mystic Dan is the one time he went west was the Malibu last year, and he didn't run a step. So I don't know if a tight, fast track like Del Mar is something that he wants, but he is in good form. It may have just been the end of a long year last year. Uh, I don't know, but I'm going to throw him in the mix. And he's got an outside shot if Nysos isn't quite as good against non-California company. Maybe he's got a shot. 6-1, you're getting a pretty decent price. To me, he might be willing to take a shot with, in some respects. Tumbarumba I love, but he's a one-turn mile horse. That's where he's done his best running. This is 2 turns. And while I love his pluck, he always is gritty. He always fights all the way. I think you're probably going to get the same result as last year, where he's just out of the money, but trying his best. We'll take it as a closer here. I don't think this race sets up for well at all. And Touch of Destiny, we just don't know enough about, to be honest. I love Mike McCarthy as a trainer, but I think this is asking an awful lot for a horse for coming from Uruguay. I mean, the only other horse I remember who came from Uruguay and was pretty damn good right away, and is still one of my favorite horses, was Invasor, about 20 years ago. And some of you remember him. He won the Classic. He beat Bernardini. Great horse. If Touch of Destiny can come back anything like that, he might be a steal at 20-1. But I can't. I just don't have enough of a frame of reference to do anything with it. It is interesting that they put him in this race for sure, and maybe that's something. But I'm going to pass. I'm going to wait and see. Chance McPatrick is, probably better around one turn. I think we know that at this point. But, and he didn't take to Del Mar last year in the juvenile. But, he maybe is a better horse now. And I'm not willing to overlook Chad Brown in the Breeders' Cup. So for a horse who can get up underneath in the exotics as a late runner, I think he can probably do the job. Will Take It has been better around one turn, and I don't think he's good enough, so I'm going to let him go. Now, White Abarrio, of course, is the X factor in this race. Which one shows up, right? I mean, it seems that now at 6 years old, it's more likely you're going to get the kind of so-so White Abarrio than you are going to get the really good one. Nonetheless, if somebody was to emerge to take this race, it might be White Abarrio. I mean, he certainly has the back class. The question is if he's, there's been rumblings from his connections that he's lost a little something, and that should be enough to let Nysos win this race. I think this is about as straightforward as a race you get, and Nysos to me is a clear pick to win. Looking at our wagering strategy, we're going to try to put a value bet on Mystic Dan, perhaps, as maybe the only one I think, given the scenario, given the fact that Full Serrano is going to be pressured all the way around the track, Mystic Dan may be able to benefit from that. So we'll go with a value play. Exactus, we're going to go with 3-4, 3-6, and 3-10, and we'll Dutch accordingly. And then the trifecta, 3 with 4-6-10, 4-6-10. And then 3 with 4-6-10, and we'll throw Chance McPatrick in there to perhaps get up for third. This is a race. I mean, I think Nysos is going to be awfully short, and deservedly so in this race. So it'll probably be more of a race for sequence betting. But I think Nysos finally, on the national stage, will get his due and take the dirt mile. Hope our analysis helps you with your own wagering strategy. I wish you the best of luck as always. And certainly, if you do like content like this, please like and subscribe. And again, thanks to all of you who continue to grow our community and support us. We appreciate it. One more to go. The Filly and Mare Turf, we'll have that for you later today, this being Friday. So be on the lookout for that. That's it from here. I'll talk to you soon. And until then, be well.